Hey everybody, so we're back with another Diamond Select review of Minimates. This time still from the View Askew Productions, the Kevin Smith universe, or Kevin Smith's Dirty Dirty Mind. This is the lineup from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which includes the fictional characters of the fictional universe within the fictional universe of Kevin Smith's reality. Bluntman and Chronic, including Cockknocker, played by Mark Hamill, and Chaka Luther King, played by Chris Rock. And of course, as you can see from the packaging, we include the Bong Sabers, for those of you who read the comics. For those of you who didn't know, that Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, the comic within the movie is actually a real comic you can purchase, you can enjoy, or you could purchase. I don't know if it's still in print, but Bluntman and Chronic did exist for a while as a comic book. Silent Bob as Bluntman, Jay as Chronic, Chaka Luther King, and of course Cockknocker, played by Mark Hamill. Let's do a quick read on the back. Jay and Silent Bob have infiltrated a Bluntman and Chronic movie, disguising Silent Bob as Bluntman and Jay as Chronic. The duo arrive on set with the intention of stopping the film, but director Chaka Luther King wants to see action. Jay and Silent Bob have to face many threats on their cross-country trip, but can they defeat the Cockknocker? Again, if you haven't seen this movie, this is one of those great adult comedies that are really just fantastic stuff. So again, Diamond Select Toys produced, Art Askew, View Askew Productions, and Smodco and Miramax and all that good stuff. So, yeah, let's do the unthinkable and open these beautiful things up. Okay, so really quick before I get started with the actual review, I want to say that if you buy this product, make sure you check underneath that, because right here is where the Chaka's megaphone is, and if I hadn't bent it, I wouldn't have really noticed it, although I'm pretty good about my packaging, so just an FYI. There is so much to this product that they had to put that there, and due to the big, beautiful Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back logo, they covered it up, but again, I'm sure you'd notice it when you did that, and you see it there. But even if you didn't, now you know if you checked out this review before you opened it up. So with that, throwing packaging off to the side, it hurts. First off, I want to start with the Bong Sabers, which, again, great detail. The double Bong Saber that Jay uses in the movie, which I believe was silver, or I could be wrong, but still. Here's the one that Bluntman uses, and of course the one Cockknocker uses in the movie. Now, my favorite line one of my favorite lines from Mark Hamill in that movie, who portrays the Cockknocker, is that Jay pulls out the double Bong Saber and he just says, "Oh man, Lucas is gonna sue somebody." Now let's start off with Cockknocker right here, because it's Mark Hamill and I love him to death, and there's no better way to start this review. Now, of course, in typical fashion for the Minimates, you know how this works. You've got your little joints, movable leg joints, movable ankles, and removable ankles if you really needed to, like I always seem to do when I'm taking these apart, working with these. Arms have good rotation. They also come off if you ever need to exchange parts out, but I'm a purist at heart. Of course, Cockknocker's got the oversized fist for when you need those tough jobs to be handled. and it doesn't come off. I will say that this one I think is going to be, you need to take the whole arm off in order to get exchange pieces with somebody, because I don't foresee you doing that. So, of course, hair is removable, and you see the sculpt without his head. And of course, in his case, the big accessory added to it, if you take the costume off, he looks like could be part of the X-Men. Like some weird the Fister or something. But he's got this great sculpt on the cape. It's got the little medallions right there. Great figure. I love the detail on it. I'm trying to figure out a moment ago. I was trying to figure out if I could put the bong saber. There we go. If I could put the bong saber in his hand, but it doesn't look like I can. Although I could be wrong. Because I remember in the movie itself, he had it in this hand. So I'm gonna try and see if maybe I'm doing it wrong. Nope. Not gonna go that way, and it's sure as heck not gonna try and push it through that way. So I think I will just simply put it in this hand, and no, maybe not. Oh. Okay, that's one little detail I'm not able to put the bong saber in. I'm not going to try and damage it for now, so we're going to leave it there, off to the side. Next up, I want to talk about Chaka Luther King, who's played by Chris Rock. I love Chris Rock as a comedian, love him as an actor, and in the movie, he made me lose it whenever he told Jamie Kennedy, bring me my coffee, white boy. Did you put boogers in my coffee? Is this booger flavored coffee? Just absolutely great portrayal. Of course, like I said, the same movement. Minimates always have the same articulation. The changes are always going to be your level of detail per figure. As you can see, he's wearing just a simple denim suit, nothing too fancy. His little baseball cap right here, which just pops off and doesn't leave a weird hole in it. So you just put it back on if you want to, and there you go, Chaka Luther King. And he comes with a little director's megaphone right here. And let's go ahead and put that in one of his hands. And there you go. Oh, my bad. My bad. Bring me my Booker flavored coffee. I'm really loving these Jane Silent Bob or VSQ production figures. I can't get enough of the actual lineup they used. I wish I had Will Ferrell's character, Park Ranger, and them, which would be fantastic, or even the guys who portrayed the Scooby-Doo ripoff. All right, let's go with Chronic. Here we are with Chronic, portrayed by who was portrayed by Jason Mewes. Costume is your pretty basic red, your basic sculpt, although it's got a nice little detail in the boots. Of course, as always, the ankles move, the knee joints move, the actual leg can go up and down. Great detail on the mask, the emblem behind the hair. Oh, right there. Behind the hair, little belt, and the belt actually has grooves on it, so you can feel texture on it. The head of course, will come off, and the mask will come off, but the major plastic piece in this case, as the overcoat has been to other characters or their capes, is going to be the hair. The sculpt doesn't need to be more complicated than that. It honestly just looks great the way it is. And of course, the double bong saber. Oh, and before I forget, on top of the detail, excuse me, it's hard to try and keep your eye on the camera and try and keep yourself from blocking it while trying to do something simple. There we go. And there you are. Chronic with his double bong saber. The one thing I forgot to mention is there's a nice little detail on the arms with little cuffs. So it's again one of the great little details that makes a figure. It can make or break a figure for me if little details are not there. And it's those little details that make these things so great. It's what makes the Minimates line so fantastic. Here you go. Okay, there we are. Just gotta be careful with it. There you go. Chronic right next to Chaka Luther King. And last but not least, the Hemp Knight himself. There you go. Kevin Smith playing Silent Bob, playing Bluntman. And he's wearing a great costume. As you can see, he's got the signature cap, which, again, they pull off and it pulls off the hair. In his case, you can pull off the Kevin Smith head. There you go. And the entire upper body will come off. Again, it's one of the great things about Minimates is that the figure bodies can be replaced if needed. Okay, you'll lose some of the details. You'll lose the colored fist, which you'll have to find. In the case of Chronic, you'll lose the little boot detail here. But look at that. One whole plastic piece is what makes this figure complete and awesome, and that's what I love about him. Put the Hemp Knight's suit back on and put his head back where it belongs. And it'll snap there on the grommet. And head back in place. And there you go with a little smirk of the eye. Give him his blue what do you call it? Bong saber back in hand. There we go. Trying to get this to fit perfectly and trying to also keep it on camera. Okay. And there you go. There's Bluntman. So, honestly, this whole lineup looks great. All 4 figures. I'll have details in the description for you, links and all that stuff for the figures. And stay tuned for a full comparison view of all of the Jay and Silent Bob universe characters.